Hi everyone. Today we're going to take a meditative deep dive into the Baltic Sea and have a look at some of the shipwrecks there. We're going to do this through this particular book, Ghost Ships of the Baltic Sea, co-written by Jonas Dahm, Carl Douglas and Max Strum. This is a heavy and large volume, but it needs to be, because as you're no doubt seeing up in the corner here, this book is absolutely jammed full of stunning, incredible photos. The photos are poetic and haunting, both in their scope, in their framing, and in their lighting. What this book does is that it goes beyond your standard shipwrecks tabletop book, and instead of just presenting you with pretty pictures of a wreck with a very basic caption, this goes a step further. The bulk of the book is composed of the stunning, almost full-page spread of photos, and then at the end of each chapter is a detailed summary about the photos and about the emotions that some of those photos will arouse. The photos covered in this book cover a variety of shipwrecks and even a Catalina aircraft. We see everything from schooners, a 1500s galleon, right through to steamships, even transitional ships that had a combination of sail and steam equipment, World War I warships, and many wrecks from World War II, submarines, and even some spy trawlers from the Cold War. There's a lot in here. A great feature of this book is that it highlights many ships and wrecks from the Baltic Sea that, outside of that geographical area, are hardly known. We all know about the Lusitania and the Wilhelm Gustloff, but how many of us are familiar with the Cap Guia, which was part of the same evacuation that resulted in the sinking of the Von Steuben, the Goya, and of course the Wilhelm Gustloff. Likewise, we are familiar with the horrific disaster of the Estonia in 1994, Sweden's worst maritime disaster. But for 5 decades before that, their worst maritime disaster was the wartime sinking of their Gotland ferry, the Hansa. My one bugbear with this book is that many of the photos could have fit on one-page spread. And in the instances where they have multiple photos on a double-page spread, it is quite effective. They could have compressed the photos to fit into just one page. That certainly would have saved a lot of paper, and it would have prevented loss of some of that photo within the page folds. Likewise, they could have crammed more photos with having 2 full pages to use instead of a full page and then a fraction of the other. But that's more of a formatting decision. Still, it's a pain. This book is more than just beautiful photos. It is a dive into life. It is a dive into the nature of existence, preservation, war and peace. It is an unexpectedly deep journey, and one that is fulfilling and worth revisiting for its haunting, evocative, and exquisite photos, its historically informative text, and for its overall philosophical message. This book is a 4 captain's hats. Embrace the photos, learn from the text, and keep an open mind, as this book takes you to places one would never have expected from a book that, on the surface at least, is about shipwrecks in the Baltic Sea. Do hunt it down and take yourself on that journey into those wrecks, and potentially thoughts about life and life after. And if there are any other books about shipwrecks that you'd like reviewed, please let me know in the comments below, and I'm sure I can dig them up from my library and present them to you. So until next time, enjoy and happy reading, everyone.